everyone, I'm Hazy with Custom Torches, and on today's Playing with Fire, we're gonna flambe some bananas Foster. So to get started on your bananas Foster, you of course want to have a skillet. You're gonna want to have 1/4 cup of butter. You're gonna want to have a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a full cup of brown sugar, and 4 bananas cut long ways. So you want to split them up in halves, long ways. You're also going to want a 1/4 cup of rum. I have some pink salt and some vanilla extract just because I like to spice things up a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in as well. The recipe does not call for that, but I like to be a little extra sometimes. We are going to set all of that ablaze with our magnificent Thanksgiving torch from Dunkies. Custom Torches torch. You can find them at customtorch.com. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to want to take your 1/2 cup of butter, go ahead and put it in your saucepan. Make sure that your saucepan is low. Low and slow is the way that we want to go. We don't want our butter to brown. See, this is getting a little bubbly. We don't want that to happen. So I've taken this and set it off of the burner for the time being. I'm going to go ahead and just measure out a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Go ahead and pop that in your skillet as well. We're going to do just a little bit more. Like I said, I like mine a little extra. You're also going to take your cup of brown sugar, put it in the skillet as well. Go ahead and let that start melting together. Hear that sizzle? Nice. And then we're going to add a little bit of the pink salt. You always want to add your pink salt in with your butter and your sugar. As it dissolves, it'll dissolve like the sugar does. Then of course you gently want to mix this in. And just mix in your brown sugar and the butter together until it becomes a nice sauce. Then you're going to add your 1/2 bananas. Once this dissolves and becomes a nice little sauce, you're going to want to cook it for maybe about, I would say, 1 to 2 minutes is about how long you're going to want to let this dissolve. So once you have your mixture like so, you're going to want to add your bananas to it. Carefully add your bananas to it. We got a packed pan here. You're probably going to want a bigger skillet, but we can work with this. Like I said, you want to keep everything low and slow. Once your bananas start to get a soft brown look to them, they'll be in here for a little bit. Once they start to get softened and brown, you're going to want to carefully add that rum. Typically to flambe, all you really need to do is pour the rum or whatever you're using to ignite a flame into the pan and gently tip it. We don't need to do that today because we're going to use our amazing custom torch from Custom Torches. So typically you would just tilt it into the flame to get it to flambe. We're going to carefully add our custom torch. We're definitely going to stand back here. It's going to go up. We are cooking with gas. We're starting to, you can start to see how the bananas are getting a soft, they're not as firm looking, and they're starting to brown around the edges. About that time is when you're going to want to add your rum. You're going to add it, like I said, very carefully. We always want to take safety precautions, especially when we're dealing with things that are flammable. Carefully adding our rum in. And then we are going to take our Thanksgiving torch from Custom Torches. We're going to stand back and flambe. And flambe. Essentially what you're doing is you're cooking all the alcohol out of the rum that you've just applied to your bananas And basically what happens is you caramelize the bananas to make them yummy, ooey, and gooey. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your vanilla ice cream. In the recipe, it does call for 4 scoops. I could do 1, 2, whatever is your preference. But you're gonna get your vanilla ice cream, and then you'll take your delicious bananas Foster that you just made and top your ice cream with that. So it's a nice warm over the cold, and it's just, it's so yummy. So I think we're just about good here. As you can see, it's made our sauce a little bit thinner. The bananas are completely caramelized, and they're ready to top some ice cream. So let's go ahead and get that started. Delish.